So let's test this out. Whoa, what the hell is that leg doing? That is crazy stuff. Glitching out like mad. I'm guessing top speed is not advisable with this thing. Hey there guys, Spexxy here, welcome back to Retro Specs. Here I am on a wall of Spexxy. Yes, this wall here is adorned with wonderful items created by the fantastic Lord Payne. Let me just jump off here, I can't stand on my head any longer, it's making me feel sick watching him jittering around like that. Let me just jump off. Okay, so here we have, let me just change over there so I don't get items all over the place. We have my new hubcaps. These are my Retro Specs hubcaps with the channel logo on, as you see there, the R and the S and the little arrow pointy thing. And these are our new chrome style hubcaps, as you can see. Now I came up with a layout, I thought these would look good, and Lord Payne made them for me. They are absolutely awesome. He also made these Spexxy Invader hubcaps in the pixelated retro look, which is all pretty cool. And this lovely little, you can't really see him from there. I can't really jump up to show you. Let me just get a new one in. Here he is. Let's put one down here. A little Spexxy Invader. There he is. All looks pretty cool. Look, and you can change his colour if you just get the spray can. You can spray him. Let's try him in pink. Yep, we can spray him pink or purple in fact. We can do the same with these hubcaps. So let's try these in a green. Now they won't turn bright green, but they will catch the light and turn green. They've got like a chrome effect, a little bit like the spoked tyres that he made with the white wall tyres. Yeah, these are a little bit like that. They're like a chrome effect that catches light. Absolutely awesome. And then these guys, again, you can spray them. It didn't actually change much because it was already green. Let's try him in a yellow. There we go, and that just sprays the entire Spexxy Invader there and the outside. All pretty awesome. Thank you, Lord Payne, for that. Absolutely wonderful. I need to make a vehicle to put them on now, though. But that is great. But while we're on the subject of people making things for me, I also have something over here, which was sent in by Creeper Gamer. Now this was to celebrate my 5,000 subscribers, so thank you Creeper Gamer for sending this in. Now you may remember I sent presents to a couple of people, so it's nice to receive something back, and here I have a present of my own with my logo on there. Very swish looking, thank you Creeper Gamer. Let me just click this and let me see if we can get this going. There we go, Creeper Gamer there bouncing up and down, and I hope he is bouncing up and down watching this video because I'm about to open his present and I have no idea what is in this. So okay, let's click this button and find out what this is all about. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Might want to stop doing that. I put that a little bit close, didn't I? There we go. That's better. Okay, so what have we got here? We have a... Oh, it's a Spexxy Invader, I think, isn't it? They're the glasses and they're the eyes. Kind of looks like it. I think so. We've got a little light on the side here. A laser light, I think, from the MJM sci-fi mod, I think so. Let's have a look at the spider web and see what this is all about then. So we have seats, I think, at the front here, these green ones. Obviously we've got steerable bearings here so the wheels will turn. We have thrusters, we have switches, we have some logic. Oh, I have no idea what this is going to do then. So let's just get these bars. I presume I have to delete that red bar out of the way because... if I don't, it's not going to go anywhere now. Is that one of Lord Payne's engines? I'm not sure what that is in the middle there. So we know there's two seats on this thing. One was here, wasn't it? And I can do nothing in that one. Okay, so let's jump in this one. Aha. Now we have steering. Okay, so it drives around pretty niftily. It's kind of like a little Mars rover or a planet rover, the thing that you'd send to an alien world before you sent people because you were scared they were going to get eaten alive or something crazy was going to happen to them. So you send a robot instead, and this is that little robot buddy. He's the scout that goes first. Pretty awesome too. Look, let's have a look what the buttons do then. So this one does the headlights, which will come in handy if we need to look in caves. So let's press the 2 button then. Oh, that's thrusters, that's pushing me down. So knowing a little bit about this game, that suggests to me that this thing's going to be able to rock climb. It's easily going to be able to climb hills and rocks with the downward thrust like that. Okay, so while I was going over towards those rocks, I suddenly realised that if I press the 3 button, I can thrust forward as well. Now, as long as I've got the downward thrust on, this helps me go a little bit faster. I'm going to go over to that water tank in the distance there and see if I can climb that instead, because I should be able to get there pretty quick with this thrust on. Now I'm going to go up these first, of if this little guy can do it. Now I'm not sure he will because he's only little. Let's see if he can actually do this. Oh, can he? Oh yeah, forward thrust. He's getting there. Yep, he's climbing over them. Doesn't seem much of a problem with a bit of thrust. I'm getting up them. Yes, and he's over. That's the first task complete. So, water towers in the distance there. I'm sure he can do it. If he did those rocks, this shouldn't really pose too much of a problem. Let's get him started. I don't want to use the thrust when I'm on it. I want to see if he can do it without it. Let's just use the thrust to get up there to start with. There we go. And I'm not using the forward thrust now. Let's see if he can climb the rest on his own. No problem. This thing is, yeah, he's quite agile. He's getting up there quite easy. I like this guy. Awesome work, Creeper Gamer. Loving this. Thank you so much. So this was to commemorate my 5,000 subscribers. Fantastic achievement by all of us, not just me of course, but you guys, because without you I would not have a channel and I would not have 5,000 subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. It's awesome to have fans and viewers like you. The support and love you have shown me over the last year and a bit has been fantastic, so thanks to all of you, and thanks to Creeper Gamer for sharing this with me. Now I've still got a couple of buttons I haven't checked out, but now we've easily got on top of this tank. Let's see what we can do. So button 4 puts on a little emergency light, I guess, like a hazard light you get on like a forklift or some sort of equipment, just to warn people that you were around. I think that's a mod in there's like a lights pack, I'm not sure who it's by. Let's press the 5 button then. Whoa! That steps him up into the air. Now, not quite sure what that's all about. He doesn't seem to move while he's doing that, so I don't want to force the issue, because I'm sure if I press one of the thrusters, we're going to go flying. I'm not sure I want to even try pressing 3. Oh, like I said, probably a bad idea. Let's see, does he land on his feet? That would be awesome. And he's kind of gone into the floor. Yeah. He's definitely gone into the floor. Let's press that button again then. Let's, was that 5? There we go. He's got them back. So that just stands him up. There we go. So we can have a good look around. Number 6 puts the laser pointer on. That's pretty awesome. That's part of the MJM mod. That's pretty cool. I like that. So he stands up. He can have a good look around while he's scouting, see if he can see any enemies there. And the 7 button. What did this? Was there a 7? No, there wasn't. There was only 6. I got carried away there. I thought there was 7 buttons, but there's not. That is awesome. Thank you, Creeper Gamer, for that. Fantastic job. Love that. Let's get on to what this video is all about. Now, you will all know that Scrap Mechanic recently introduced pistons to the game, and everyone is talking about it.
Hi there. If you find your life has trodden you down, pistons may pick you back up.
I believe that if we all work together and push and pull our pistons in the same direction, we can make Scrap Mechanic great again.
Not anyone who knows anything about anything knows that pistons is totally sick, geez. You know what I mean?
It's all about them pistons, bruh. Serious.
So, with pistons clearly at the forefront of my mind, I wanted to see if I could use them to improve on any of my old creations, and my initial thoughts were for this guy, the Jumpstar. Now you may have seen him in my Hilltop or my Clifftop base video, and also his brothers here, the Hoppertron Mark 1 and the Hoppertron Mark 2 Super Frog. What are you doing? Why have you moved? I didn't put you there. Get back on your spot, naughty frog. Let's get you back where you belong, there. Okay, don't move again. Okay, so the Jumpstar, the Hoppertron Mark 1 and the Hoppertron Mark 2 all can be found in old videos and on the workshop. But before you go rushing to download them, when I downloaded these to try and find out if I could use them to actually improve upon with pistons, something bizarre happened which I want to share with you. Now I didn't know about this and Durf hadn't shared it with me, though I'm sure Durf knows, but it's something to do with the thrusters. Now, This that you see in front of me is the Jumpstart. He was made using the Grego mod at the time, and he uses Grego parts in lightweight blocks and also the Grego one block thrusters. Now, what I have to show you is to do with those one block thrusters. So as you see here, there is 2 thrusters in my menu bar, and these 2 thrusters are a pink one here and an orange one here. Now the orange one is a level 1 thruster, the pink one is a level 2 thruster. Now, all the Grego mods were originally level 1 thrusters, but now they've been converted to the Durf mod. All of those level 1 thrusters have become level 2 thrusters. Now that doesn't sound like a big deal, but let me just show you over here what the difference between the 2 thrusters is. So on this test zone wall here, I have a level 1 thruster and a level 2 thruster. And let me just switch this on. So hang on, let me just set these down to level 1, let's say. The first level, we don't want to go crazy straight away. And let's turn this on. That is how fast a level 1 thruster goes around. So how does a level 2 thruster compare? Kinda like that. A lot more powerful, you can see. Now when I turn these up, I'm probably not going to want them both on because I'm sure there will be some collisions. So let's try going straight from the bottom to the top and go for top level thruster on both of them. There we go. Now let's turn the first one on again. As you can see, coming way off its bearing, it is quite powerful. But it isn't kind of getting off the wall that much. Let's switch that off because I don't want both of these on at the same time. Now this is what happens when you do the same and step back with the level 2 thruster.
Holy poop nuggets.
Yeah, look at it. God knows where it is. But that is what a level 2 thruster is compared to a level 1. Now bear in mind that some of my creations did not have all the thrusters set to power level 1. And how much difference there is, they kind of went a bit crazy. Now I noticed it first on the Jumpstart, and I noticed that he jumped a lot more than he used to, and that was very, very bizarre. Now if I just jump on the Super Frog, you're going to find out what I mean. Now this thing had a lot more of these thrusters, as you can see, and they used to hide better than this as well. But yeah, there they are, a ton of thrusters. Now let me get onto these back, and now I haven't touched this at all. This is how it downloads from the workshop. Now we used to jump quite high, but now, let me press the 1 key, let me zoom out. He jumps, yeah, kind of like that.
Come on, geese, when is you going to show us those pistons, for God's sake?
That's right, Justin. The viewers have come to see pistons, and pistons is what they will see. So here is a Jumpstart that has been modified to use pistons. Now, as you can see, I've removed all the thrusters from the side of this, the ones pushed down, and I've replaced them with pistons on here. Now, these are standard pistons. I've still got thrusters on the back here, and I've got some added blocks for weight. Now, this guy does jump. He's got no stabilisation in him. He does have a glitch steer, so that's the only stabilisation. Nothing to keep him straight, something to turn with. And when you now press the 1 key, instead of using thrusters, it uses just pistons, and they kind of hop him around like so. Now that all worked, not bad, pretty good. But I thought, you know, I don't just want to make another frog, because I've done frogs, so let's do something different. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, may I introduce to you the latest in hop-along transportation. These are the Bunny Bots. That's right, yeah, sounds more scary than it actually is, but there are a few of these guys. It's a little bit like Five Nights at Freddy's in here. Things are just moving on their own. Kind of a bit spooked out, to be fair, because he was on the other side of this platform. There was 4 of them on the 4 sides of this platform, and now he's kind of just wandered off. Well, we'll go and get him later. So this is Bunnybot number 1. Now it uses the Lord Payne pipe pistons, as you can see. So these are made small to fit with the small pipes. I'm using them with the bigger ones, so they're not actually as they should be used. They've got the little logo on there for Scrap Mechanic, pretty cool. Yeah, nice design, and they work pretty much the same as the vanilla thruster. Keep saying thrusters. The vanilla piston for strength, but they all look a little bit thinner, so they fit in nice with slimline designs. Now, as you can see, it's a bunny. I didn't want to make another frog, so I made a bunny. Now, this guy, as I say, uses pistons. He does still have thrusters. He's got one there. Let's probably not discuss what that looks like. And he has a few inside. If we get the spider web up, you can see, there you go. Now he has a sensor underneath which sees the floor, pretty much like the frog. That's going to make him jump when it sees the floor, but it doesn't do it unless we put the switch 1 on the top there, and it uses a logic block to know when both of these things are active. Now that's something that didn't exist when I made the jump start. There was no logic in the game, so this is using logic. So that's again something upgraded from the old one. Okay, so all these pistons then are set to a range of 5 and a speed of max. Okay, let's see then what this guy can do. Let's just jump on him and let's press the 1 button, and there he goes. He's hopping along. Now, he didn't actually work as intended there. Something isn't connected. Now, what is it? It's that one to that one. There we go. Let's jump back in. Now, I knew something wasn't right. His ears should go back. There they are. Now, the ears go back and he hops around. Pretty cool. Now this is using a stabilization glitch, and there's something else that's changed since the update, is that stabilization isn't working the same as it was before. So some of the stabilization is actually breaking your creations and making them invalid JSONs. Now it doesn't do that if you download them from the workshop. However, if you've created one, then you put stabilization on and save it, it will not let you load it back in, it seems, with certain stabilization. I think it's got something to do with how you weld it on. However, I have found a way around it with one of MJM's stabilizations, which I found on the workshop, and I'll show you that then now. Let's just jump off this guy and bring it up here. Now you may remember Brent Batch's stabilization. It kind of used suspension that was welded within an object that made it kind of hold itself level. Now this is a similar thing, but these ones are quite diddy and they fit inside here. Now if I was to weld something that touched the end of that, again I'd get an invalid JSON, it would break the file. However, you notice that I did have little surface panels, yes that's what they're called in the Derf mod, put across the end here, and that means it didn't touch them and they still work normally. Now they keep this thing level. Without them it would flip over, but now it kind of hops around pretty awesomely. Now one thing that I want to tell you about suspensions is probably going to be easier to demonstrate on one of the other rabbits, so we'll do it on one of those. But it's the fact that the settings on them don't work necessarily the way that you think they would. So we've got 3 more here to show you. This is the next one then. This is the BunnyBot 5000. Again, to commemorate my 5,000 subscribers, I thought this would make the BunnyBot 5000. He's a red one. He's got a green little seat area there. You'll see there's a seat just here. So we jump on him the same as the other one. But this one uses modded pistons. Now you may not know, but Derf released some modded pistons. He released a blue one, which you see in the bar down the bottom there. The blue one is for length. That can go 256 blocks long. Now the red one is for strength, and that means you can put a lot more weight on before it starts glitching out and misbehaving. And the green one is for speed, so it can go a lot faster extending than the old vanilla pistons. Now these ones on here are green ones, but I've painted them red because he's my red BunnyBot 5000. But these are the green ones. I can show you that by just uncolouring it. There you go. It is a green one. Now we're going to bounce him around with one green leg. Sorry mate, but we are. And these are set currently to 11 on the range and a speed of 3. So then let's see what he jumps around like. He's still using thrusters to push him forward, and he's still got the stabilization inside him under these little surface panels at the bottom there. So let's press 1 and see him jump. Now a little bit higher than the last one, and he goes reasonably far forward as well, but he does have a little trick up his sleeve that the other one didn't have, and that is he has some turbo speed from his butt. Yes, that's right, that little thruster on his butt, if I turn on the 2 key, it pushes him forward and he jumps a lot further forward than he does up, and that is not, I guess, a quick way of travelling around the world, is one way of putting it. It turns him more into a hare than a bunny. He's definitely faster. Okay, let's probably turn 2 off, there we go. Hop him around again with the less aggressive thrust. Okay, so this one then I'm going to demonstrate what I mean about the piston powers. So let's jump off him. So these, as you remember, I said were set to a range of 11 and a speed of 3. Now you may think if you put the speed up and the range up, you're going to make it more powerful, but that is in fact not true. It's true of the speed, the faster it goes, the better it's going to push it. However, if you go too fast, it sometimes goes through the world. So let's set it to 3 from top, and we'll do that on all of them. So that is going to be set 3 from top. We're going to set the range down to 3. And I didn't do it on this one. Let's do it. Let's set the range down to 3. Now these can be put in mid positions on the ranges as well, which is something that the vanilla can't, but you can set these kind of halfway between, so like quarters. There we go. So I want it to be speed 3 from top, 4 from top, 3 from top. What was 3 from top, wasn't I? Yes, indeed. And a range of 3. So 3 from top, range of 3. 3 from top, range of 3. Let's just double check that I've got those right before I do it. Otherwise it's going to flip over. And yeah, they're okay. Let's jump on him then and let's see how he goes. Now, so the range is down and the speed is up. And he now jumps a lot higher. And that is due to the range being less. So I think Scrapman discovered when he was doing some of the tests on the pistons that the less it had to extend, the faster it did it. And that means that if you extend to 15, it's actually going to go slower than it does when it extends to 1. So extending to 1, let's just try. Oh, by then. I think I can catch him because he's not going forward. Let's just try. Come on. Let's grab him. Get him. Catch. Caught him. Okay, so let's just drop him off there. So they were on 3. Let's try them on 1 then. And let's just for an experiment put it up to the top. So on 1 and top speed. Now it may jump up pretty high, and it also may put his feet through the floor with the speed, but let's have a look. Hopefully it won't do that. Let's jump on, and then there we go. Oh, a little bit. He did a bit because he twisted him over. That's because his foot went through the floor a little bit. As you can see, he nearly went out of view of the ground there. Yeah, so he went pretty high into the clouds. Let's turn him off because I want to land somewhere close to where I was to test out the other bunnies. So I'm going to jump off him for a second. Whoop. Let's just leave him there and go over then to the other ones. Now I'm going to show you the white one next, I think. The one that has been very naughty and tried to run away. He has no stabilization whatsoever. No, that's a lie. He does. He has stabilization. I got you thinking though for a second there, didn't it? No, he does. He has stabilization. He has no thrusters whatsoever. So this one uses just pistons. Let me get him back where he should be on the platform here. There he is. Okay. Now, he uses just pistons, but the pistons are pushed back at a 30-degree angle, as you can see here. And then a reverse 30-degree, I've put the ankle in to put the foot back so it's flat on the floor. So we get this nice little sort of ready to pounce look as the feet are on the floor and the legs are angled back. Now I thought that means it's going to push him kind of forward as these feet push down into the floor. And my theory was correct. Now this hasn't got any thruster, that is a cup. Yeah, there's no thrusters in this whatsoever, as you can see. Now I look at the spider web, it doesn't use thrust at all. Now this one kind of hops like this. It's a pleasant Sunday drive, if you like. Sunday hop. Yeah, through the park or wherever it is you want to go. This little bunny's going to take you there with a gentle little hopping motion. Lovely. Even the kids would enjoy it and it won't make anybody sick. It's fantastic. It's not very exciting, but it's fantastic and it works. Now, it doesn't use any thrusters, like I say, but it does still have the stabilization. So I can't do it without that. Again, it would just flip over. It does work to a degree if you go in a straight line without stabilization. I've tried it. However, if you take them away and try and turn, that's when you kind of flip over and do all sorts of craziness. So I'm going to jump out of him again now. Let's just switch him off and show you the last one then. Now I know these are all pretty much the same but different variants. They all will be on the workshop in their various different abilities, so you can go test them out for yourselves. But this is the green version using the green pistons, so a lot more powerful. Again, these are modded pistons. Again, this is using no thrust whatsoever to propel itself, and all these are set to a range of 1, so pretty powerful, but a speed of 3. So I'm expecting him to jump quite high. Reasonable considering he's not using thrust. Oh, there you go, pretty high. Now if I put the speed up on this as well, you'll probably notice that he jumps even higher. he's pretty good. I mean, I quite like this one. I think this is one of my favourite ones because it is a piston bunny. It's using no thrust for upward or forward thrust, so it's kind of doing what I set out to do, and that is to make a piston vehicle that doesn't use thrusters. Like I say, I had to rely on some form of stabilisation, which is a shame, but I needed to do it. And yeah, it kind of works. Oh, don't get stuck up the pole there. Let's turn him off and try this then on the top speed to see what it can do with no thrust, but top power. So there's nothing pushing it up, remember, nothing pushing it forward apart from the pistons at a 30-degree angle. So different to the other one which is pushing us straight up. I suppose it's not going to go quite as high as that, but it's going to be pushing us forward as well as up. So let's test this out then.
Whoa, what the hell is that leg doing? That is crazy stuff. What the hell? That's glitching out like mad. I'm guessing top speed is not advisable with this thing. Okay, so I think we need to set these a little bit lower. Okay, so they're all set. Let's try again.
Oh, he still flipped out a little bit. It didn't like it still. Was it the same leg that did it there? No, I think it's just sort of intermittent. It changes between which leg it's going to be that freaks out. Let's just turn that off then. So we can't do it on the 1 but top. Let's try it on 2 but top. It will probably be about as high as we can go without freaking it out and glitching it. Let's have a look. Can he do that? Yeah, that's alright. That's pretty high. It's good enough. There he goes. Hey, way into the air. That's a nice jump. Yeah, he could jump the trees, I think, quite easily. I don't think he'd have much trouble jumping trees. Obviously, he lands at an angle. He gets pushed at an angle, which is a shame, but it's the way it is. And you have to wait for the stabilisation to let him level before he pounces off again. There he goes. Now this time he should go over these trees. Boom. Yep, straight over the top. No worries at all. Is he even going to clear that one, is he? Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, nice jumping. If you enjoyed this video, as always, why not spank the hell out of that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe for more retro specs. And until next time, see you soon, and bye for now.